Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about $50,000 or more worth of primary trade lines. That's right. You're going to have to pay attention to this one. Some are no hard inquiry, no credit check. Stay tuned and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. And as you can see, we're on the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page. So I want to thank you for being here. And please share the videos. It helps other people. And as you notice, I always mention the join button over here on the right hand side because that's a membership button. And that supports the channel if you want to become a member. And under the community tab, I send 1 or 2 videos per month. But I send messages 3 or 4 times a week specifically for members who join the channel. And all members who have joined the channel, thank you so much for your support. Now, let's get on with the primary trade lines. You've heard of almost all of these before, but I do one video a year where I say, hey, $34,000 in primary trade line. But no, we're going to call it over $50,000 in primary trade lines. But before we get into that, you have to understand, primary trade lines are under your Social Security number, primary. That also means there are 2 different kinds. There's revolving credit lines, which are like credit cards, and then there's installment trade lines, which are fixed payments such as a car payment, a mortgage payment, a loan, or a payment that you would have for like a Netflix, a Hulu, a cable bill. Everything that stays the same generally, that's an installment loan. So I'm going to include those today as well. So we're going to get into it. So now let's talk about the best new $10,000 primary trade line on the planet at the moment. And no hard inquiry, no credit check, reports to all 3 credit bureaus. And it's $149.99 membership fee for the first year. The second year you renew for $99. And no, you don't have to buy anything else. But just know this, it's attached to a jewelry company. Okay? So therefore, the link is down below in the description to sign up for this best new $10,000 primary trade line. It posts 30 to 60 days after you sign up. You're getting all this? Reports to all 3 credit bureaus. No hard inquiry, no credit check. It posts to your credit file 30 to 60 days later after you sign up. And it's only $149.99 for the first year under the membership. Second year renewal is $99 if you want to renew. You do not have to buy anything else. So that's your first $10,000. Everybody qualifies. It's pretty simple. Now, the next one that everybody's heard about because everybody keeps thinking it's these guys. The Tomo card has been touted as giving $10,000 trade line. I'm going to include that too. So when you add the first one for $10,000 and the second one for $10,000, we're still in the same ballpark. No credit check. But what they do, they check your bank account through Plaid. So they connect to your bank account, they find out what your flows are, and then they give you a credit limit based on that flow. But I'm still going to rock with the $10,000 primary trade line with no credit check. Once again, they report to all 3 bureaus allegedly. They're brand new. So we're going to find out because people have started receiving their cards. Get on the wait list now. There will be a link down below so you can sign up. That's 20,000. Okay? Now, the other part is I have a big surprise coming in the next 30 to 45 days because there's going to be a program out, no hard inquiry, no credit check. You'll be able to sign up for a $5,000 trade line or $10,000 trade line or $15,000 trade line. You're going to have to stay tuned. And how are you going to find out about that? Sign up for the newsletter. The link is down below. Everybody that has the newsletter and subscribe to the channel, you will know in about 30 to 45 days about the new trade lines coming out. 5,000 or 10,000 or 15,000. You'll be able to pick one of the three. That's what's coming out. And again, it's going to report to all three trade lines. This is going to be special. So if you count up the 10 for the best new $10,000 primary trade line, 10,000 for the Tomo credit card, that's 20. If you got the $15,000 other primary trade line, that's $35,000 in primary trade line. That helps you with your debt utilization and it's revolving credit. All three of those revolving trade lines, ladies and gentlemen. So now, and the 15,000 is going to be no hard inquiry as well. Report to all three. The same as the previous two, but that's the big surprise that's coming out. You guys are going to have to stay tuned because it's going to be major in my opinion. Next up, we're going to go with the second best trade lines in my opinion, and that would be the one everybody's heard of, My Jewelers Club. They still have it where you can join for $99 or you simply buy $100 or more, you pay half, then you pay $30 per month. It's a revolving trade line. However, hard inquiry, which is no big deal. It's still going to help your debt utilization, as long as it's going to increase your on-time payments. So here's another $5,000 trade line. So if you count the 10, the 15, and the 5, we're up to 30,000 primary trade lines. Report to all three credit bureaus. Perfect. A lot of people that could help your debt utilization, which will help increase your credit score. Next up behind that is New Coast Direct. Another $5,000 primary trade line, and it works the same way as My Jewelers. You buy $100 or more, put down 50%, you pay it for $30 per month. You have an annual renewal of $99, the same kind of thing. It's a one-year gig, and then at the end of 1 year, you can decide on to renew or not. But again, this reports to 2 credit bureaus, which is still fine because you need 2 out of the 3 at least to report because they go by your middle score most often. Or with FICO, they mix and blend up everything, which ends up almost being your middle score. So there you go. Now we're talking. That is now over $44,000 if I have the numbers right. So we have a 10, the best $10,000. We have a Tomo, another 10,000. We have the big surprise where you can get a 15,000. So that's 35. My Jewelers, another 5 makes 40. New Coast, another 5 makes 45K in primary trade lines, and New Coast Direct does a hard inquiry as well. Now we're going to get up to the mystery card, X1 card, another fintech that's coming out that you can only do the wait list right now. They're talking kind of crazy too, and it's still up as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if they're going to report to all 3 credit bureaus. I don't know if they're going to run credit checks on this or not, but you might as well get on the wait list. And again, just like all the rest of these trade lines I mentioned so far, there's a link down below in the description. So now remember those installment trade lines that I was talking about? Well, here goes one for you. Let's just say you need more on-time payments because that's 35% of your credit score. Well, you can use a bill that is $15 or less, like a Hulu, a Netflix, a Disney Plus channel. Any bill that's under $15, this is free. They will report on your credit file. This is Grow Credit. Again, you can just go to growcredit.com for everybody on the podcast. And here's the pricing, because this is why it's free. $15 or less. This is an installment loan. And why? Because it's fixed amount every month. So there goes another trade line that you can get to report no credit check. Again, another way to establish, rebuild, boost, improve your credit score right here. Now let's go to the other standbys. Credit Strong, another installment trade line. Everybody qualifies, no credit check. Why? Because you're sending them money. You get to pick what form or installment trade line you want. This is the 1,000. That's the 2,500. You can see the monthly payments. You're building up credit and a savings account at the same time. And sure, they take out their fees. That's how they get paid. Now, let's go with the build and save. You can see now we start escalating 1,000, 1,000, 2,000. But these guys have a Magnum plan that would show 9,000, 18,000, 4,500 installment loan. And the good news about this, you can stop anytime. You can cancel anytime with no penalty. That is the good news about this. But again, keep in mind, this is an installment trade line, and it acts like a savings account, and it shows, these magnums could show the 9,000, 18,000, 4,500. And again, everybody qualifies. No hard inquiry, no credit check. Credit Strong, there's a link down below in the description for that as well. And right next to it is the sister, or should it be the mother, because it's self.com, which is formerly known as Self Lender. Once again, no credit check. They don't have their programs, but let's just say it's 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, 5,000. Okay? The same deal. No credit check, no hard inquiry, installment trade line. And as you can see here, 35% of your credit score is based on payment history. Installment trade lines help your credit score because on-time payments is over 30% of your credit score. It's 35%. Since it's installment, it doesn't count as revolving, so it doesn't do your debt utilization. But it's going to count new credit. It's going to count length of history. It's going to count type of credit. And since this is installment, which is different than revolving, you get to add all these other buckets. And length of time does matter. Age, as other people call it. So there we go. Now we're going back to revolving trade lines. And it's Ox Publishing at $2,500. And it works the same way as New Coast Direct. You put down, you buy $100 or more, you put down 50%, and then you pay a certain amount per month. On your credit report, they report to Equifax only, and it's a revolving trade line of $2,500, and they do a hard inquiry. So once again, hard inquiry, $2,500 primary trade line, revolving credit, reports to Equifax. That's the news. Next up, Hutton Chase, our final, is $1,500. And again, hard inquiry, report to Equifax only. And once again, buy $100 or more, pay 50%, and then the remaining amount is paid monthly. And you have a 1-year membership, and at the end of 1 year, just like Ox Publishing, just like New Coast, just like my jewelers, you have a renewal fee of $99 if you would like to continue. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That would make it over $50,000 in trade lines altogether. And if you start counting installment trade lines, now you could potentially be up to somewhere like $70,000, $80,000. That's how easy it is to improve your credit score if you have fallen and lost your job, who might have gotten sick during the pandemic. Who knows? The business closed down. Your credit score needs help. Well, guess what? There are ways to get help, because all the ones I mentioned, you should be approved for. Pretty simple. So if you have any questions, you can always hit me up at Eric at StopStrugglingNow.com. And I just want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. This is why I had to do this video at least once a year, because people don't know that they can improve their credit score quickly. And what I mean by quickly is if you fell down and missed payments is 35% of your credit score. So you could have lost 100 to 150 points. So how are you going to get those back? You have to have on-time payments. You have to have many accounts to get it back. So by adding all these accounts where you have 5, 6, 7 accounts reporting on your credit report on-time payments, then those ones that you missed, they will count less and less as they get older. So this is the kind of thing we're talking about. You might have had to expand using your credit cards, and now your debt utilization is around 60, 70, 80, even 90%, or even 100% at this point. Now you have a way to get your debt utilization down, because you're going to have $30, $40, $50,000 worth of revolving credit to get your debt utilization down where it needs to be. 29% or less is where your debt utilization needs to be. Ideally, it needs to be at 9%. So hopefully you're learning a little bit, and hopefully some of you can take advantage of this. It does cost money after you mess up your credit, but that's okay. It's worth it in the long run, because you'll be able to garner up some assets down the line when you have better credit and when you turn it into great credit. It might take a little time, but you might as well get started now. So with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.